Hi everyone, I have set up a testing environment for the current Macau prison problem, and let's start with the log file I was sent for troubleshooting. If you go to the log file, and this is the last one, okay, so let's examine the last log. And if you scroll down, you can see that we've been getting error when the application is trying to execute this function. Okay, getting users info, and there is like a system dot out of memory exception. And what this tells us is it's not the application is not being able to load the iris templates and all the other user details, and that was the reason why all the users were not getting identified. So let's go back to our code where this particular function is being called. All right. So if you go to the code here, and then you can see we have this SQL query that's trying to get all the user information, like the user ID, the name of the user, the Chinese name, and the image meaning the photo of the user, and most importantly the iris codes. This is for the right camera and right iris code, the right camera and left iris code, and the left camera getting the right iris code, and the left camera left iris code. So for any user, we have four iris codes taken by the two cameras of the iris reader. And let's go down, and you can see like for every iris code we have a size of 512 bytes. Okay, and if you can scroll down further, you can see the after the query executes, it gets all the information, and all the iris codes and all the necessary data that's needed for any user to be identified properly. Okay, so if you go down, and then at the last, you can see that we have a count here. We have a count about how many users were retrieved from the database. Okay, and you can see that I have also placed a log. Okay, a log where it says how many users are were retrieved after executing this the above mentioned query. Okay, and if anything happens out of the ordinary, or if there is any error, then you can see we have logged that error, saying getting users info, and maybe whatever the exception is given by the system. Okay, having said that, let's go to our SQL Server Management Studio. Okay, so what I have done is I have replicated the same scenario here. For now, we have like 4,000 users in this database, and I was told that it took around like 12 minutes to execute this query on the server in Macau prison, and that's what I actually tried to find out if we have the same problem here. So let's execute this query. Okay, and if you execute this query, and you can see down here, it took like it's executing query, it's still executing query, and took like 9 seconds only to get 3,788 rows, meaning if you scroll down, we have like 3,000 788 user information. Okay, and and it took around like only 9 seconds. All right, so that means the server application running in this in my laptop will take only around like most around like 9 seconds, but this depends on the every time it's different. Like for example, if I execute now, it will take I think more than less than that, maybe. See, or it took only 8 seconds. If I execute again, it took 8 seconds again, so it's not exceeding 10 seconds to the most for like for 3788 users. Okay, so that means the server application running this query should not exceed 8 seconds. And I think if it's less than 10 seconds, then the application should run fine. And let me give you the calculation of how much of our RAM is being used for 2700 users. Okay, let's say calculator. Let's see. Now let's start with a simple calculation on how much RAM is being used for our application. We have around like 2700 users. 2700 multiplied by, for each iris template it will use 512 bytes, and since we have like 4 iris templates for each user, it's multiplied by 4 again, and this is the total amount of bytes that's being used by our application. Let's divide it by 1024, and this will give us the amount in kilobytes. And if we divide by 1024 again, and we can see it's using 5 MB of the RAM space for 2700 users. Let's say we have pictures of all the users, and I don't know how much MB or space it will use in RAM for the pictures. So but then let's say we use around like 50 MB for all the pictures. Oops, let's say 6 MB plus 6 plus 50 is 56, right? 56 MB, or to get to the round figure, let's say it's using 60 MB, so it's not even crossing around like 60 MB for the total amount of RAM space that's being used. And if you go to our the laptop that I'm using, the configuration, and you can see I have like 2.96 GB RAM on my laptop. So that means our our application is not even using 100 MB of RAM space. If the pictures of the users does not exceed more than like 60 or 70 MB, then I think we should be okay. Let's run our application, and okay, here if you go down, and you can see like when we run our application, it will execute this query and get all the user information from the database, and which should not exceed 100 MB of RAM. So if I run this, alright, I think it's running already. Let's right click on the Iris server icon. My computer is a little bit slow. Oh, it's going through that breakpoint, and if you check it out, and I think it's 3788. That means it just retrieved like the 3788 users from our database. And if you go to our user, let's say the user collection here on top, sure. Where is it? Just a moment. Users, right? It must be declared on top of everything. Let me see here. It's an array, and you can see it has 3788 users, and if you drill down, then you can see for every user it has all this information, and the name and all that other stuff. And let's I want to see the picture. Let's see the user picture. I think the user picture might be a little bit bigger in size. So the length is 21,533 byte. That means if we, again, let's calculate for one user, it's like 21,533. Sorry, can't see. 21,533 divided by 1024 equals to 21 KB. Is it 21 KB? So times let's say 27100 is equals to this much of KB divided by 1024 equals to like 55 MB of space for the user picture. So it's not even crossing, I think, 100 MB of RAM space in our case. And let's go back to our application. Right click on it. It's not working. Just a moment. Is it this one? Sorry, I forgot to play. And now we can right click on the Iris server, open the Iris server, log into the Iris server, and let's go to device status. It's connected to our Iris server, and what I'll do is I will open up our client application. It's installed in the same laptop. Log into the client application, and if I go to identification mode, let's see.
Thank you. You have been identified.
So you can see it's actually getting all the information about me, name, Chinese name, and all that stuff, and I'm being identified. I don't have a picture.
Please come a little closer to the camera.
I don't have a picture of myself in the database, so it's not displaying any picture. So this pretty much, I think, confirms that
Please come a little closer to the camera.
that our application should be running pretty well, even if the number of users is more than 2,700. And I guess I would recommend to use another laptop or another computer for testing of our application for the time being. If any problems occur, then please let me know. I'll try to update the code to get the picture from the client application.
Please come a little closer to the
for
camera.
now, because I think it would be better if I, like here in our code, what happens is it will
Please come a little closer to the camera.
grab all the users
Please
picture
come
as well.
a little closer to the
So
camera.
what I'll do is
Please come a
I
little
will
closer to the camera.
eliminate,
Please come a little
I will
closer to the
remove
camera.
all this other
Please
information,
come a little closer to the camera.
like the user picture from our server application, and only grab this user picture at the time of identification. So I'll do that update and see if it helps us to make our program more efficient. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.